Hey guys, what is up? Mike here, and today I'm gonna talk about working with spirits or entities and why this can be very beneficial for every area in life. Let me preface that by outlining the belief that our unconscious mind works not really with words, it more likely works with symbols and objects and forms and these kind of stuff. Also, let me preface this with entities can be occurred through like smoking DMT, taking other very potent psychedelics, or also through astral projection, lucid dreaming, or even through hypnosis. And you shouldn't imagine entities as like this fully visually and auditive present being, but more a being on a felt sense. So therefore, like hypnosis, you just go into that state and then you connect to your inner being or your guidance or your past self or whatsoever, and this will show up to you in whatever form it's meant to be, in whatever form it shows up to you in this moment. Now, I think it's the same for most encounters with entities, that they can be very friendly and they can be very terrifying. And for the simple understanding, I talk about lucid dreaming now, but this also goes for smoking DMT, astral projection, hypnosis, and so on. When we, as example, have a fear of spiders, we can use this as analogy for fear of anything, then these spiders will maybe show up in a dream, not even as spiders, but maybe as this creature with like 60 legs and they're chasing you in a zombie-like movie, and you wake up, sweated like fuck and terrified because you had a nightmare. Now, what if we could work with that entity? What if we could work with that fear of spiders we have, that is for our unconscious the symbol of the zombie with many legs and yada 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 and so on, because our unconscious works with symbols and objects and form. What if we could work with that? And yes, we fucking can. There's like this thing called lucid dreaming, which doesn't count for like astral projection or smoking DMT, but that's basically the same way we work with entities. It means we become aware that it is a dream within the dream. It means we realize that, oh yeah, it's a dream. And why the fuck would I be scared of anything if it's just a dream? And for easier understanding, as example, you have this nightmare and there's again this zombie monster with 60 legs chasing you, and then suddenly you, for whatever reason, you realize, oh, it's a dream. And then you turn around. And if you are present enough and you are aware and you don't buy into the fear, and you arrive at a calm place because you know it's a dream, then you ask it, what do you represent? Why are you here? What are you doing? What do you have for me to learn? What do you want to teach me? And so on. And most likely, more often than not, it will say, yeah, man, I'm just a fucking spider and I'm representing your fear of spiders. And then it will turn into a spider. And you're standing there in front of the spider you were fucking afraid of, but since it's a dream, there's no reason to be scared, and just go up to it and you pet it, you cuddle with it, you make friends with it, and your unconscious will see like, okay, fear of spiders, it's not necessary. It's actually like, we can let this go, and We had this beautiful dream with the spider being our friend, so why even have this fear? And bam, you wake up and your fear of spiders is gone. Of course, it can come back, or it takes multiple times because the mind is vast. But that's basically how it works. And same for astral projection. There are sometimes demons coming up to you, especially if you're in the sleep paralysis phase where you just lay in bed and you cannot move, but you're still aware and you're just like stiff and you cannot move at all. But there are like this shit going on in the dark room. You have to keep it together because this entities, they feed, they're here for a reason, because they feed on whatever they are interested in. If this is like anger, then they try to get you angry. If they feed on fear, then they make you getting you scared. And then they become stronger and you feed them. And the trick is to not feed them. And there are two ways to not feed them. It's either ignore them, which is sometimes quite hard, because you lay in bed and then they're in a dream and there's like fucking zombie hordes or entities or demons or shit. Or you give them your attention, but don't give them what they want, but you give them that serving you, that you want in your life. It can be a positive feeling as courage, of joy, of love, of whatever. And that's kind of the thing. Learn to love your shadows. You know, that's like the best visual example of you laying in your bed and seeing this demon, and you know, you just look at it and learn to love it. And I love working with this stuff because it's very simple and it's very playful. You see a lot going on. Like in the dream, you don't need to figure out any problems, any tasks in this world, but can enjoy more if you, without your mind, without mentalizing stuff and going, this fear is about that and this is fear is this. No, you just see a fucking object and then you do whatever you do in the dream. With it, that's serving you, that feels good, and therefore you can transform. And as I said, I love working that way. It's just very playful. And that's it for this video. I hope this was not too spaced out, and I actually really like talking about that. I was planning on making videos about lucid dreaming experiences, astral projection, other entity encounters and stuff like that.